Hello everyone, my name's Farket and I'm going to show you as much as I know about the birds and feathers in this game, the forest. I've done a lot of research and I've done a lot of testing and I'll provide that onto you guys, see what you can do with it. I'm going to cover the birds first. The first one's a red Cardinal Bird. The second one's a robin, it's a brown bird. And the third one's a blue bird. They all drop around 3 feathers at most times. Sometimes they drop 4. They're found just about everywhere. They drop a small generic meat as well, but it doesn't drop a head trophy. Next is a blackbird, the crow.
Let me smash, please.
It drops about 4 to 5 feathers, drops a small generic meat, doesn't drop a head trophy though. One's a seagull. It's white and black, obviously. Not everyone knows what a seagull's like. They're found near beaches and on islands and near the sea and that sort of stuff. They drop about 5 to 6 feathers. They drop a small generic meat, but they also drop a head trophy. If you really want to put a seagull head on your wall, you can. I probably would. I kill thousands of these as I mostly build by the sea. I won't be covering the Canadian goose as you barely get any feathers from them. They are far too difficult to deal with. The feathers sink into the water. You don't get really any feathers or meat or trophy, anything from them. So I'm going to cover them in another video. And last is Big Bird. He's yellow and orange. He's locked in the game files. You can't actually access him, but here he is anyway. I was able to pull him out. Time to move on. This is the map in forest. Google search the forest map and there'll be the first search result. The white areas show where you can find seagulls. And that little circle around there is where you can find the Canadian goose and where it flies around. Everywhere else you can find blackbirds and the other 3 coloured birds, the red, blue and brown one. These red spots highlight what I think are the best places to get feathers. I go to these places generally all the time for my feathers. Just depends where I've set up camp. These are the best places in my opinion, but I'm sure there's probably other places out there that I haven't found. Generally, what my favourite trick to do I'll head down to, say, a beach or something, or an island near where I'm building, and I'll probably build a little lighthouse or just a little hut that I can use as just a small refuge. And while I'm gathering rocks and that, it just so happens that there's seagulls just about dropping every 30 seconds. So what I do, go off and kill them, and get as many as I can. Obviously an issue here is that feathers tend to go out to sea and make it very difficult to get. Though, keep in mind at night, if you jump into the water it can make you cold, so that can be a problem to deal with. So whether you've got a fire or not, just keep it in mind, it uses a lot more energy when you're cold, and also if you stand still for longer than a period of time, depending how much deer skin you're wearing, you could take cold damage. Not much in normal, but really bad in hard mode. The lengths you'll go to get feathers. Anticlimactic. A little bit, but it was a lot of fun. This is actually my favourite manoeuvre for getting feathers, is to actually hit them while they're in midair. Now, it's up to you how far you want to go to get feathers. Just keep in mind of enemies and that, and what your actual general plan is to do. This is my second favourite way to do it, is to just whack them on the ground after they've landed. See, you wait till they've landed, and then approach, and they won't run away. But if they're already landed and generally go up to them, they will run away, unlike that dumb bird for some reason. Sometimes they do drop feathers mid-air, as you can see. Sometimes it can be very difficult to hit the birds. As you can see, I'm trying to swing at it, and it's just, they've got a very small hit point. Just make sure you get that hit point. Other times like that, you get more lucky. Now generally this is what I do, wait till they're landing, as they're landing. If you get in too soon, they'll take off before they land. Bow and arrow up close is always a good way to do it as well. This is a way for people who are struggling. Hit the floor with a stick, get the rock, and peg it at them. Spear is also another good way for beginner players because it's quick, pretty precise, does the job. I don't use the spear very often though. It's not my preferred weapon of choice. God, I can't believe I actually got that bird with a spear. Don't chuck spears at birds. You're never really going to hit them. It's near impossible. Yeah, samurai sword, or the katana, is actually a great weapon for killing the birds, especially in midair or on the ground, because it's quick, hits them, refreshes quick, etc. I was playing around with dynamite and explosives when trying to hit the birds, and I realised how intelligent they are. So I threw that dynamite at that bird, and it ran away. And then I threw another one where I thought it was going to be, and it's turned around. And it actually is trying to escape it. No, I don't think I ever got it in the end. But this bird, unfortunately, didn't get the message. You can even use the repair hammer. It doesn't use energy, so it can focus on running and chasing the birds. It can be difficult to do it though. As you can see here, it just doesn't want to operate. Does not compute. You can shoot them. Waste of ammo. I thought I'd try it. Show you that you can do it. Tennis racket is not very good for it. It's got a weird hit sort of location, it seems. As you can see, I'm just trying to hit it. It's just mid-air, it doesn't work. In real life, I think it'd be a great weapon. Now I'm going to move on to some issues you might find when trying to kill birds. Now, sometimes birds will fly into the ground. It's near impossible to get them. So my philosophy now is if they go into the ground, I just find another target or just continue on with what I was doing. Another thing is sometimes birds will land on your structures. Keep in mind you can kill them, it's quite easy to kill them, but it will damage your structures. It's up to you what you do with that. You can always repair them. Now birds that land on your hand, you cannot kill them. They're like an animation, that's separate. Another thing is you can shoot birds with fire arrows. I don't know why you would. It doesn't burn the feathers. Also, putting feathers on your weapon doesn't burn them either. Now, if you're struggling to see the birds, there's a trick I learned is to turn the grass density down. As you can see, this bird's almost disappeared with high grass density. But if you turn it down to low or very low, another thing is if you're having issues trying to see birds, is to head to the snow. They stand out like dog's balls, literally, and they're much easier to kill up there. Obviously, it's colder, and unless you're not building up there. Now, another thing is when you've got a fire and bodies on top of it, and bodies in general, they'll attract birds, even on the fire. If you try to hit the birds on the fire, you will probably destroy your fire, so keep that in mind. The bodies will still burn though, until bone. So that's it. I couldn't really think of any other tips that may help you in this situation when you're trying to get feathers, but it's not really that hard. You get better with it. Bow and arrow is my probably go-to, or jumping through the air and killing them. I hope this video helped. If you have any suggestions or you want any more tips and tricks, leave them in the comments. I'm sure other people will be able to help, or I'll be able to help. Best of luck.